Hey, family. I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad that we were able to get this going. 7 minutes, a little bit late, but at least we didn't have to reschedule. And so I am going to actually pop on a song. I know a couple of y'all are already in the chat. It's good to see you guys here. And so if you can't stomach rap and if you don't like cuss words, then I'd say go ahead and just check back in 5 minutes. This song is 5 minutes. It's by a dude named Hobson. It's talking about the reality that we live in being a lie, and talking about the matrix, being stuck in the matrix. And so there is a reason that I'm playing this, and so I just appreciate y'all. If y'all want to sit through it and listen, y'all can listen. If not, it's cool. But I always put a song on when we start, just so. Hey, Becky Perry, Theodora, uh, Jim, it's good to see y'all, or KJ, or both of y'all. Chloe, glad to have you here. Like I was saying, I'm gonna drop this song on while we wait and let it air out. Let some people jump in the chat, but we're gonna be talking about etymology today and words and meaning behind words. And so I just wanted to drop this song on while we wait for some more people to jump on the live stream, and I get a couple of more things pulled up, because I did want to touch on another thing I read regarding words and the plays on words, that we actually put ourselves in bondage by the words that we say and the things that we have taken as truth. And so I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, fam, and enjoy the song. Again, if y'all can't stomach rap or curse words, then check back in 5 minutes when this song is over.
I was taught that education is the only way to make it. Then how'd I get so much money inside my savings? My teachers never saw the heights that I was fucking aiming. Did the man who invented college go to college? Okay then. Am I the only one that noticed humans on the same shit? Y'all thought you're selling on the same shit. And if that's the case, then that's the reason that you ain't shit. Let me enlighten you, my niggas, just let your brain drift. First of all, the best type of marketing is marketing that doesn't feel like marketing. It makes the people feel like they are part of it. And when it's done right, corporations think it's marvelous. They feed us these ideas and then we place them in our hearts to sit. It's why players are good at getting chicks. It's why Nike is good at selling kicks. It's why Disney is loved by all the kids. Why McDonald's owners are super rich. We too blinded to ever see them pitch. See, when this happens, we take our health, wealth, lives, and just hand them off, thinking that we did this from organic thoughts. I know you seen parents trick kids with candy toys and Santa Claus. The same method is used to trap adults, but instead of candy, it's with money, religion, drugs, and alcohol. Mention that shit and this go arouse us all. I done seen niggas get into fights over cigarettes like a pack of dogs. They get you hooked and then they laugh at y'all. I really hate to break it to you, but your life's being played with. You have not witnessed the world cause you're stuck in the matrix. Everything we have been taught was all a lie. Open your eyes, open your mind. Man, can't you see we're robots who know not what we do, and we got no shot in the real world until we climb out of this ice cold box? Your whole life has been part of a whole plot to keep you at the bottom while they on top. Stay quiet, then they won't stop. They always trying to show us what we don't got. They do it to all of us till we finally break and go cop or go watch, knowing we need the cash for rent. My ass is sick just thinking about how rich and powerful all these bastards get. They package ideas like it's oxygen. They make us feel like if we ain't got it, we fucked and we cannot fit in. This fucking system is not your friend. And understand they controlling your thoughts cause they got a lot to win. Niggas get turned away when I mention this. Ignorance is bliss, but I don't give a fuck. I don't censor shit. The matrix is real when you done entered it. It's way too intricate for you to ever realize it, you fucking simpleton. I really hate to break it to you, but your life's being played with. You have not witnessed the world cause you're stuck in the matrix.
Hopefully I don't get I'm just gonna switch this up here.
Yeah, Fuck Hollywood, fuck all these reality shows, making us feel lame unless we blowing stacks on new clothes, making us feel like we ain't cool unless we have a few hoes, making us feel like we ugly unless we have a new nose. I see naturally beautiful women get Botox, fake tits, fake lips, they so brainwashed and it doesn't make sense. Focus on your life and the path you pursuing, cause y'all too busy worried about what Kim Kardashian's doing. Check it, most of the shit that you shoot for watching on television is fake as fuck and it's not real. I rebel against it, it's the devil's business.
I hope I don't get my video banned because of this song. I played a song before when I played Stairway to Heaven.
Why don't you get it? I'm done practicing these ridiculous rituals. It's time I become a real individual. Just do me. I really had to break it to you, but your life's being played.
So sorry for talking during the song a little bit, but I might even pause it just for a minute, because this dude is touching on some truth, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just going to pause it for a minute. I don't want to get flagged or anything for playing somebody else's video. Again, I wanted to share it and screen share it for the lyrics so y'all can follow along and see, you know, what kind of truth this dude is touching on. You know, we're sold this lie, and it's all done by words. And so we got to be aware and understand when somebody's playing on words and trying to get you in bondage, especially with all the misdirection in the truth community. And you know what exactly that looks like today. A brother and I were talking about that. Rick and I were talking about that. How much BS is out there, man. How much misdirection is out there, and it's all just plays on words, and it really seems like you know, this thing has something to do with this thing, but they don't really connect, and it just keeps your wheels spinning and keeps you stuck in the matrix, because you're just continually going down these rabbit holes and trying to find out how this could correlate with this, because this sounds like truth and there's some truth in this, and this guy has some truth too, but none of their stuff. They're all arguing, they're all fighting, they're all you know, it's like false flags and misdirection. You know what I'm saying? It's to keep your mind spinning. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and pop this back on. Hopefully I haven't already played too much. And again, this is all just for educational purposes, so to speak. And so there we go.
Open your eyes, open your mind, and fly.
I think it's just about done anyway. And so we need to wake up from this matrix, man. We need to understand that. Oh man. We got to wake up, man. I shared some of this already on a video regarding etymology. You know, work week, weekend, like is weekend or weekend during the work week. The work week makes us weak. right? Weekend from work all week. The work made you weak. A break is called a break during your slave-filled day because most slaves would break without the break. And the current slave masters still understand this. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the dollar and the etymology behind the dollar. And I want to, I shared this on Facebook the other day, but my connection was really messed up and I couldn't get my screen share up. And it was a really bad quality video. So I might yank it and just shared this one. But I wanted to talk about some things I came across on a video that I watched from this brother that's really wise in etymology. I mean, this dude's done some really deep diving on words and languages, and that's really something that I've researched deeply down to some of the root languages. And so this brother, Savan Bomar, he made a video about freedom and the etymology behind freedom, and touched on some interesting things about the dollar, right? And we've been talking about this slave system and how we are kept in this voluntary state of slavery, right? They give us what we say we want in the entertainment and in the in the clothes and the just all of these various things, right? That's even like now in the situation that I'm in. We need to rely on the dollar, right? For some of you who haven't been following along, I'm going through some things health wise, and I've hit a wall, and it's been very scary. Haven't been able to work, and so the way that our system works with the dollar, it's really it's an ugly thing, and it can be difficult to rely on that piece of paper, right? And so we say that we rely on the Creator because He's going to provide, or God is going to provide, or Source is going to provide, because Source is the source of all things, and Source is abundant. The Creator is abundant, and Mother Earth is abundant. Hey, Flash Gordon. Is that your name, Philip Bernhardt? If not, I apologize. I'm not familiar with a lot of people. I just use their tag names, and so I know a lot of people from Facebook come over and watch and end up having to tell me, "Hey, it's me, it's Tom." But yeah. So with the dollar having the power that it does, why does it have that power? Well, dollar, think about what a dollar is. It's currency, right? Currency, current. What is current? Current is energy, an energy current, right? Whether it's a wave or the current of electricity coming through my plugs, powering up my lights and my devices and whatnot. Speaking of which, I'm going to jump on here and kind of monitor. Robert, I'm glad that you were able to catch us live, brother. I love you, and I thank you very much for your help and for your love. Enough is enough, I pray all. I'm going to just throw that up because sometimes we have to feel like this. Enough is enough, I pray all see inside and realize this. No more holes are needed. You see it already. Be loved now. I found this information in a Robert hole. LOL. Really. B. I love that. I love that, brother. I love that. That's really what it takes. It takes facing what's inside and what's in self. And sometimes that could be disturbing because it is the deepest rabbit hole that you can go down, because it's one that's never ending, because it comes from that current that connects us through water, through the ether, through the deep waters that the face of God hovered over before he spoke that vibrational frequency, that word, and spoke everything into existence. It does come back to energy, and we have different energies, right? And money is just another energy. And forgive me, family, I am going to jump over here so I can make sure that everything's coming through right. It looks like it is. So just going to jump on here, let it load up, and then but yeah, if we look at the dollar and we go back to the root words and we see what this currency and this energy is all about, it's pretty amazing the way that we allow this energy to put us in motion in the ways that we would put ourselves in a type of bondage and slavery and trade our energy and time, right? Understanding that if we conserve our energy just like a battery, we are the greatest source of that. Outside of well, there's nothing outside of God, and we're connected to God. We have that his spirit and that source of the creator, that energy, that source energy of the creator is us. We are that is our essence, the spirit. And so in fact, I think the video I made about words before, I used the same cover, the same thumbnail, so I might change that out after we're done. But yeah, man, there's such power, and you could go back and watch that because it's very interesting what I talk about in that. But today I want to focus on what I've seen in this video about the dollar and the currency, the energy that we give our divinity to, right? We make this our God. We exchange the divinity of source in us that anchors us, right? This anchor on my shirt anchors us to the heavenly places. We trade that divinity and that essence and that source energy that we're given and entrusted to over to a false god in this mammon. And so, and yes, maritime law, get you a Black's Law dictionary and look up and do some study and research in maritime law, because that is so important. To here, I'm even going to just throw that up just so you guys can write it down while it's up there on the screen. Maritime law. Research it. Research maritime law, because you'll find out some very interesting things about the way that we trade our freedoms through words and through these bonds. We create bonds and get put under bondage and become stock bonds traded on the market. And our energy is really the commodity that's being traded and represented by this currency that we've made God. And so we have to really understand that. I want to throw that up as soon as it pops up here. We are all the same energy source. Exactly. We are. We're put in this flesh suit learning center to understand how and why we are here and to love one another. It is our battle to arm ourselves against the darkness. That is so true. That is so true. Hey, family, I'm going to ask you guys really quick before we jump into the this etymology dictionary and go into the dollar, to go ahead and really quick hit the thumbs up, share the video out, because I'm going to share the video. I didn't promote this on my Facebook, and so I'm going to hit the link real quick and drop it on my Facebook. And and share it out, because I think this is important for people to know. Normally I do promote this on my Facebook, but I'm just gonna throw it up there live right now and then throw the link on there. I appreciate y'all being patient and hanging in there, because this is going to be exciting. This is why I wanted to redo this, because I wanted to pull up the etymology dictionary and take y'all back to these root words and these root meanings to these words, and show y'all and just break it down how I come to the conclusion, and some of the research that I do and some of the research that other people do, to really come to the truth about these matters. And so I just want to tag a few people. Tag a few friends. I love y'all, family. I should have some music going right now too, huh? But I'm just trying to get a few people tagged, and so I appreciate your patience. I appreciate that, Chloe. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing it to your Facebook. Never go to court if you can. I need to throw that up. Because that's how, oh man, it's a whole other realm when you step into that that legalese realm, that realm of legalese, and you could really get trapped up and put in bondage in ways. I was on paper for so long with my experiences in my younger years of raising hell, and it was it takes a lot, and I'm still looking into ways to remove yourself from that straw man. And I've got a lot of information, so maybe I could look it up during this broadcast. If not, we'll do a whole other show on the straw man and the way that we're being used as stocks and bonds, and our energy is being traded. And so I just got a couple more people to tag, family. I got a pretty large friends list, and so I want to be sure and tag enough people. I love it that y'all are active in the chat, man. And so if you're not active in the chat and you feel led, I appreciate that. And we're about to just dive into some really deep stuff here in 1 second. I want to finish sharing this out. And so if you're catching the replay, I appreciate your patience as well. But I love the energy of these lives. I love it. And I hope y'all get energized by these lives as well. And that you're able to learn really, and just the truth resonates. And so I hope that these truths resonate with you, and that you're able to take them for what they are. Almost done. Just 4 more people. 3 more. 2 more, 1 more. And there we go. Now that post is created. Now we can jump in, and I'm confident that a few more people will jump in, get this information on the live. And if they don't get it on the live, then they can catch the replay. And so, yeah, but check it out, family. So the dollar is energy, right? Currency, current. It's an energy that we exchange our energy for, our divinity for, and it's something that we've got to really look into. Why is it that this structure, that the way that the world works, why is it set up the way that it is? The almighty dollar, right? That's hilarious. Our words are active, but your lazy butt is sitting in the heated garage. The heated garage is a good place to be. That's a good chill spot. So, I'm gonna jump on here and throw the screen share up, and jump over here. And actually, it's right over here. And so, if y'all can pause the video on the replay and get the website there. I'll try and put it in the links to this page right here, so you can look. And we're gonna look at dollar. All right. And so dollar, a coin of different value in different countries. And so we understand that. We know what a dollar is. We know what the dollar is. We know all too well what the dollar is, because we need it to survive, right? At least that's what we're made to believe. We're programmed in that manner to think that we need this to survive. And that's why I want to get off grid and grow my own food and get back to the way that I think that we were created to live. And so, but we can go into these roots of where these words come from, right? And it says these men who research these things and know where these roots were, that Watch says, so-called with the consent of all quasi Valenius Valensis. And so it's from the German or the Thai Adale, a valley. And so because they were first coined in the valley of Joachim, right? As it says, they were also called Joachim. And he also added that it may not be absurd, or it's derived from del, non-absurde, but it's derived from del, division, dole, portion, because it's the half part or portion of the ducat. And in this latter opinion, Tuke coincides with him. And so it instructs us to come over here and see dole. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to look at dole right here. To dole is to divide. So the whole point in money is to divide the people, to divide us as a tribe. We were one tribe, one world people. This is something that when you go down a rabbit hole, you start looking at all of these different bloodlines and the seed war and all of these different the genetics being manipulated and modified and this and that and the other. But here's the thing, that originally we were all one tribe, and that's one thing that we're going to come full circle back to. And I'll do a show on the rainbow prophecy, the rainbow warrior prophecies. But we're coming back to the realization that love and connectedness, right? Incorporation. We've got to dissolve all of these divisions and come together. Quit giving our life over to this God, the dollar, that is caused to divide, and what's when it's divided, what is after that? To distribute, to part, to cut apart, like to chop up, to portion or apportion, or even to part with as if unwilling, right? And so they give you this little example to keep that programming, to show you what the programming was for originally. Happy man be his dole. Let his portion be that of a happy man. Let happiness, good luck, good fortune be the part or portion of him, of each, of every anyone speaking or spoken of. But let's come up here and look at the meaning of dole. To divide, to distribute, to impart, to deal. Hence, Psalm adds, to this day we call the distribution of alms at a funeral a dole. The distribution of alms at a funeral, a dole. The stones also which are used in boundaries so divide from land, and hence also termed doles, dole stones. And so what is this dole? What is this dole right here? Pain of mind, grief. So doleful is sorrowful or suffering, affliction. You see where this is going, family? You see what this dollar is all about? Hey, Donna Keys, good to see you in the chat. As above, so below, good to see you in the chat. Sorry, I haven't been following the chat. I've just been sharing this here. When I've got my screen share up, I can't see the chat on this monitor, so I've got to monitor it on this other device. And I don't always catch what's going on here in the chat. And so I just want y'all to know, Hipsy Gypsy, AKJ Fraser, thank you for joining us. Just come through here and give everybody a shout out. Flash Gordon, Theodora Christopher, We Are One, Chloe. I appreciate all y'all being here. And so, yeah, I mean, this is crazy. We see where this is going. This is what this God of the almighty dollar, I mean, you see it with all of the symbolism on it. They've taken the truth and they've twisted it, they've inverted it, and they've caused it to go to this outward spectrum of an outward God, right? And they've caused this monetary system to be society's God. This is what causes poverty all over the world. This system is the beast system, right? Because it was created by the flesh, because the flesh desires and it greeds. And so what else? What other meanings come along with it? So you got dole, doleful, dolefully, dolefulness, dolesome, dolesomeness, dolor, dolent, dolence, dolor or dolus, dolousness, doliferous, dolific. Is your day dolific? I hope not, family. I'm going to pop over here real quick and drop that on the screen. The worship of enslavement. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Because what is this? Pain of mind, grief, sorrow, suffering, affliction. Nichols, who translated Thucydides from the French, uses dolence, a wailing, a moaning, a complaining, right? Grief, sorrow, anguish, sadness, heaviness of heart. Down here, from duil, it eo, uh, doglia, perhaps from dolere, or to cut. Again, this cuts deeply, family. Look at how the worship of this, yes, paper liar. That's exactly what it is. The father of all lies, right? From which the love of it stems all types of evils, right? People say that money is the root of all evils, but it's the love of money. It's the love. What does it say in scripture? That if you love one, you will hate the other. And if you love that one, you're going to hate your brother, and you're going to hate God in you, and you're going to hate yourself, because that's what you're exchanging your time, your energy, and your life for, right? And yes, I think right now, it's in some cases, it's a necessary evil, because we've got lights that we got to keep on. I've seen this meme going around about people just wanting their lights on for Christmas, presents, trees, lights. I just want my lights on, and people joke about that. But there's families like mine, like I'm sick, I haven't been able to work, and when you reach out and you see these families just spending on this useless, I don't want to call it useless family, but you know what I'm saying. It's just, yes, I think it needs to come back to a barter and trade system, Chloe. I think that's spot on. And I think that's what we're coming back to. I've seen people in communities already coming back to that, because they see that the dollar is going to go away one day, and they're going to try and get everybody locked into a cryptocurrency system where you have to take some kind of a microchip or something inserted into your body, or some kind one of these Neuralinks that are inserted into your brain, so you can just order what you need. You can think about it, it orders it, charges your account, and what is it going to be? What is it that it's going to be charging? Is it going to be taking some of your essence every time that you use that? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. The things that have worth in this realm, in this world, in this system of trading money for energy, paper for energy, paper for literally the energy of the world, the energy of Gaia, the energy of the ether, right? If y'all don't know, electricity is free. We don't need oil. We could run off of hydrogen. We could run off of water. We can run all machinery off of water, off of hydrogen. We can run off. We can power things. We can heat things with water. We can create. I don't want to say a nuclear energy, but it's a fusion type energy with the bubbles in water when these bubbles pop in water. It causes a flash of light, which is actually causes a burst of heat, and so we actually can create energy. It's some stuff that my brother Matt Luligan, hopefully I didn't butcher his name, over on Facebook, has shared a lot of stuff about, and how the higher ups, the elite, which are not elite, but the people that are in power, NASA and a lot of other large corporations are utilizing this free energy, right? And Nikolai Tesla's research, that he knew how we could draw energy off of the ether. And we don't need Tesla coils. We are a Tesla coil. We can draw energy off the ether from for our bodies, for ourselves. That's why I know because of what I've been shown and what the Creator has gifted me with in my analytical mind, and all of the research, and my going down the rabbit holes, learning what I have regarding the way that the spiritual connects with the physical, and nothing is separated, and everything is connected. I know that there's going to be healing for me, and so This show wasn't about me, so I'm sorry for the parts that I talk about myself. It's like I said, family, I'm just real, and I give it to you raw, the way that the spirit gives me to bring it. And so um, I think there's a purpose or a reason for everything that's said, and I try not to go off track, but yes, it is. It's twisted how they made everything so inverted and deceptive, telling us it's good. We live in the times where, whether you're biblical or not, being coming out of the church and serving in that pastoral position for the time that I did, you can see that. Yes, and I thank you for your support in the links that you've sent to Eudora with the about the construction work. Well, just all the links that you've sent and posted here in the comments. So helpful that you've taken the time and copied and pasted those links into the comments of the videos where I've spoken about these things. And so thank you for that. And yeah, hey, sometimes that's where some of the best stuff comes from, right? When we go off track. We and I'm glad that we're awake to this matter as well as above so below, and that we're discussing this. It has to be discussed. I mean, it really does. Like, where is the root of all these types of evils that we're seeing in the world? It's because we've made an outward god of this dollar, and we can go back to that. Let me click back on that, and let's finish looking at that. So to cut, oh, okay, that was the end of it. Yeah, to be in pain. And so we got to think about that. Dole. What's being doled out when we're serving this almighty dollar, this God, the almighty dollar? What's being doled out? A whole handful of pain. Alms at a funeral, mourning. That's why I put it in the body. Good morning. Who's mourning? And are you mourning good? Are you mourning well? That's what that means. Good morning. Are you mourning well? What are you mourning? Are you mourning having to get up in the morning and throw your shoes on and go to that job that you have to work all week, that's going to weaken you by the weekend, and you get that 2 days to just try and recharge and get back at it? That's what's draining the essence and the life out of us, family. And so how do we get away from that? You know what I'm saying? That's something that we really have to start discussing, not just amongst ourselves, but as a society, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about moving over from one monetary system to another. I think that y'all have already, thanks for joining. But we've already touched on it. We've already touched on it here. And yeah. We've already touched on it here. I believe that we need to get back to caring for one another and living and loving for our brothers and sisters, right? For each other, for humanity. There's no reason that we can't be utilizing the skills that we have and the technology that we have to wipe out this problem with hunger, homelessness. We got to move away from making this our God, because then it does cost lives. There's cures, there's natural cures out there for people like me that are suffering through some really horrible crap, man. Like I said, I said it in one of the other videos, man. I know that I'm supposed to be dropping a daily. Some days I'm in the cave and I'm just not feeling well, and I'm hurting, and I'm scared, and I'm trying to I'm trying to spend as much time with my family as possible, but It's hard when you're in pain a lot to be around and let them see you going through that, you know. And so, there's times where you do just uh, get away, and I lock myself down here in the dungeon in the basement and sit down here for hours because I don't want to see. I don't want them to see me like this, and so it's kind of hard making the videos every day when I see myself, getting thinner, and I can see it in my eyes, and I can see it in my cheeks. I can see it up here on my forehead, and so the God of this society can drain the essence out of one. And in a way, I don't know what's worse. You go through the times where you sit and you rest in God, right? You rest in that peace of Christ in you. And you know that things are going to work out. But then the flesh drives you. You got to pay this bill, Joe. This thing is going to get shut off, Joe. Maybe you ought to go and push your body and go back to work, Joe. You've got a lot of skills, Joe. And so I appreciate the help that everybody's given with our situation, and I love the fact that words do have the power of life and death, and so many of you are speaking life into not just my health, but into the well-being of my family. That we're going to get through this. Not just me. It's not a focus on me, but anybody who's reached out has been sure to include my wife and my kids in their prayers, and their meditation, and their affirmations, and their encouragements, and so I just want to thank y'all, because that's important, because I'm not the only one going through this. My family is also going through this, and so the fact that you guys show that love, and make sure to send those encouragements for my wife and my kids as well. That means a lot, family. And so I just encourage you to continue to speak those affirmations of love and of hey, Tanya Nickel, I'm glad that you were able to jump in. It was a pretty decent, informative show. I think we're pretty close to wrapping up. I just wanted to touch on that aspect. I knew it wasn't going to be a really long show, but I wanted to touch on that aspect about where we're putting our energy, right? What we're trading our divinity, our divine energy. Yes, I believe that. Continue to speak it. My health is only improving. I'm going through some things where it's been painful, but we've got some things that we're doing. I've mentioned this on Facebook as well. We've got some flushes that we're doing, and some cleanses, and getting some probiotics and some things back in my gut, trying to repair my gut from the simplest steps, starting from square one, and trying to detox some of these things out of my organs. Here down the road, I'll look at doing some things to try and get the bile stimulated and moved out, and some new bile in my liver, and just various things that we're doing to detox my body and try and get it cleaned out, so that it can start repairing itself, because the body is an amazing thing. We were created in an amazing way, and the cells in our body can do amazing things. We heal ourselves, family. We can really heal ourselves. And so, yes, we can heal ourselves. We can heal each other with words. That's so encouraging. And then I want to add on that exactly what Christ said, doing greater things than he. You know what I'm saying? I know that that's that picture of him spitting in mud and using the earth. That was a picture of him using the earth to heal, right? When he healed that blind man, he says he spit in the dirt and made some mud and put it on his eyes. He was using the earth to open that man's eyes to see that this is how we heal. We heal each other. We heal each other through the healing of our DNA, right? That's the picture of the spit. What do you do to take a DNA test, family? You spit on this swab, right? I've been doing shows about the transference of DNA and how partners carry that even through kissing, even through saliva, right? And it's amazing. That's why we have to respect our women and the sacred feminine, and we need to respect our bodies altogether. But women have a repository of that DNA that they carry in their brain forever. And I've heard that it can be cleaned out, but the research that I've done is that that stuff stays. And so here's the good thing about, and I'll do a show soon on ancestral trauma. This is one that I've been hoping to get out, how we heal these ancestral traumas and these generational curses, right? There's a huge debate in the church, is curses generational, or that's what I've talked about, where I don't feel like I'm going through what I'm going through because I've done something wrong, or because my family's done something wrong. I feel like it's for the glory of God to be revealed. And that's what in John 9, what Christ is talking about when they ask him, well, who sinned? This dude was born blind. Was it his dad who sinned? Or did he somehow sin in his mother's womb or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. Neither this man or his parents sinned. He was born this way so that he would, the glory of God would be revealed in and through him. And so I believe that for myself. In fact, when I was in meditation and I was in the cave, and I felt like it was it, man. Family, I felt like it was it. I felt like that was it. And he gave me that scripture. No, man, it might get worse, Joe. You might lose more weight. You might go through more pain. You might bleed a lot more. But this is happening for the glory of God to be revealed in you and in your family, because they're walking with you through this, watching you go through this, and in this, they're having to face their own trials, and they're having to face their own, just all the things that we faced with the death in this in this family, in the past and recently. We have to come to terms with facing our own mortality, right? And understanding our own spirit and our own eternal nature. And when we do that, and we understand that light of love, of the energy of God in us, that is the Ouroboros, the snake catching his own tail, right? I don't even know if I said that right, but that's what that is. We finally caught ourselves. We finally seen that we are immortal. This body is just a meat modem. I think it was Tanya that called it that, or I can't remember which one of y'all mentioned that in the chat. But the meat modem, that's what it is. And so that can also get an upgrade, just like a computer can get an upgrade. The meat modem can get an upgrade, and so there's all of this fear. Somebody mentioned in the chat earlier, that yes, a meat suit. Somebody mentioned in the chat earlier. Oh crap! I forgot where I was going with this.
Fear.
Huh?
Fear.
Fear?
You said something about fear.
I said something about fear. I'm having. I guess I've gotten off track, and fear, don't fear. Perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out fear. Oh, okay, I know where I was going with it. We were made to fear. somebody mentioned in the chat that we're made to fear the good things, and we are living in the time of the scripture where the scriptures say that sorry, I'm still getting used to StreamYard. We're getting, hey, what's up, Jamie? I'm glad you're here, man. Yes, kick out all fear. Flash Gordon, kick out all fear. And but exactly, what is fear? Fear stems from within. It's the things that we have a hard time facing. That the fear is that we don't have the capability to overcome all things, right? We have a hard time believing that. But understanding that God is in us and that the Creator is never going to leave us or forsake us, we don't have to fear anything. Literally, even in the flesh, the transmutation into a light body, like, I can't even imagine what that is like right now. But to see the transfiguration on the Mount of Transfiguration, right? When the all right, thanks for joining when you could, Dory. I appreciate you. Be sure and catch a replay. Be sure and share it, family. And so, but yeah, I couldn't imagine that when they seen his body be filled with light and Moses and Elijah standing there. To think, he said, we do greater works than he. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. So if that transfiguration is available for us and we are in this time where all things are going to be made new, what does that look like, family? And what does that next creation look like? I believe that many of us know already. It looks like love. It looks like unity. It looks like oneness. Right? Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Hipsy Gypsy, AKJ Frazier. That is such a great point. Fear gives us info. Nothing to fear but fear itself. You know, I've gained so much of the greatest insights that I have and the greatest understandings of myself through fear and through facing that fear head on. Right? Like that's the way that fear can work for you. That energy, that current that can drive you into a corner. Hey, family, sometimes when I've felt cornered is often some of the greatest victories that I've had in seeing the Creator show himself and his promises show true, that he's given me his spirit and that perfect love casts out fear and that there is nothing to fear, that you can be strong and of good courage and move forward in the things that you that you know you're called to move forward in. Why? Because energy never dies. That's right, Chloe. Energy never dies. We are eternal. The energy that we are in this meat modem, in this meat suit, is eternal. And you know what? It can't be sold. It can't be taken. The only way that it can be manipulated is by our consent. And so it's time that we stand up, family, and that we stop consenting to making the dollar, the dole, or being on the dole of being handed out pain and all of these other things that that it says. Pain of mind. Oh my gosh, the pain of mind that the dolor brings. Grief, sorrow, suffering, the affliction that we've seen in the world because of this freaking dollar. Come on, man. It does cause that wailing, that moaning, and a great complaining from the depths of the earth, man. There's a wailing and a moaning and a great complaining. And it even says in scripture that there would be the blood of the saints under the altar crying out, right? In grief and sorrow and anguish and sadness and heaviness of heart. Like how long are you going to let this go on? Well, I say the Creator in me says, no more. No more. It's over. It's done, family. It's done. It is finished. as Christ said. It is finished. As I say, so be it. And so speak that truth out there, family. Speak that truth out there that it is finished, that we're done with this. We have control over the energy that we've been given. We are the stewards of the talents. Don't bury your talent in the dirt, family. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stand up. Take your words back, because words are magic. Spelling is casting spells. Cursive is curses, writing curses. And so take that power back, take the magic back that you are, and start putting these things out into the ether, into the universe. Reverberate the word that you are able to co-create with, the vibrational frequencies, the energy. Put it in motion. Use that emotion to move things into the direction of a new heaven and a new earth, family, to bring about healing first in ourselves. And as we heal ourselves, as within, so without, as above, so below. Tell me you're feeling that, family. Tell me you're feeling that. I know y'all are, because that time is here. That time is here. If y'all didn't catch the show with the 12, 12, 12, 12 significance and the gates that have been opened, these gates of energy, these gates of freedom, these gates of wisdom, these gates of knowledge, these gates of gnosis, these gates of power, right? We're attaining our power back because people are waking up and hearing the truth in all of these things that are being said throughout the community, and everybody is able to resonate that truth and discern between the truth and the lie. And we know, family, we know that it's going to be all right. I know that it's going to be all right. I love y'all, family. And I hope that y'all know that that's the truth, that everything's going to be all right. I would never tell you that if I didn't believe it 100%. And I know that there's a lot of fear porn and propaganda out there right now to get people to remain in that fear, but perfect love casts out fear. And my brother Eric Briggs and I were talking about that. Doesn't mean being powerless. We are the stewards. Am I my brother's keeper? Yeah, I am. And big brother is pissed that little brother's been getting picked on and that little sister's getting picked on. And we're all here to do something about it, family. Right? I remember when I was in, I don't know if it was third grade, one of the first times I got in trouble. I popped this kid in the nose and I gave him a bloody nose. First fight I got in at school, like to where I got suspended and I got in a lot of trouble because this kid said to F your mom. And so that's what's been happening with our Mother Earth and with Gaia. And Mama and Daddy are pissed. They're patient. They're filled with grace. They're forgiving. But here's the thing. The way that we change this, the way that we shift this is through love. Perfect love casts out fear. And this matrix, the bondage, the overlay of the matrix is actually fear itself. And so allow that info to come through to you, because you'll understand how to overcome that fear once you receive the fear of the info from the fear of facing that fear head on. I know that's a lot of fear. But do not fear. Be strong and be of good courage, family. I'm going to jump off here because I might try and make some content a little later tonight. and get you some stuff out tomorrow as well. Again, I've been hurting, but I've been feeling a lot more encouraged, and feeling like I need to get some more info out. And so, you know what? I just saw that Eric blocked you. Yeah, hey, you know what? That's something that we all need to work out. You know, I've had to block some people because they were getting to be trolls and actually being energy vampires. And so I don't have a problem blocking people on social media, but yeah, if somebody is being corrected and there is really a reason for that correction and they're getting offended by that, then that's something that they have to work out in themselves. And yeah. Hey, I'll definitely. We gotta still talk, Jamie. I gotta send me a message. I think I get a lot of messages in my inbox, so send me another message so I've got your number again, and I'll give you a call so we can finally talk. I thought I locked it in, but I had to switch from my iPhone to my daughter's iPhone because mine was wigging out, and I lost a little bit of stuff, and so yeah, brother, I've been wanting to reach out to you and discuss what we've been needing to discuss and the messages that you've sent. And so I want to be of service as well, and just help in any way that I can, and helping bear that and any burdens that anybody is facing. And so, Jamie, brother, I love you, and bro, just know that I'm praying for you, and just affirming good health all the way around for you and your family. And so, yeah, we need to learn how to disagree and still love one another. I think that's what's going on right now. That's why we see a lot of ugliness in the world, is that things are being purged. Man, that ego, right, that drives us to just it's being purged. And that's why you might even see in yourself sometimes these mannerisms or these characteristics that you thought were dead and long gone might pop back up. You got to love yourself, forgive yourself, feel the feelings without reacting or even feeling like you have to give a response. Just come back to the heart. Come back to your first love, and remember that when you love God, thanks for jumping in and hanging out, Jamie. And thank you, Robert. Thank you, Theodora. Thank you, Hipsy Gypsy, Chloe, As Above, So Below. Oh man, Flash Gordon. So many of you. I know Dory jumped in there. Tanya Nickel. I appreciate all of you, family, and I'm going to jump off of here because I do want to, if I'm feeling better later and if I'm feeling good enough tomorrow, want to get some more content out that I think is pertinent for the end of the year and moving in 2020, because family, we're finna have a 2020 vision. We're about to have 2020 vision and see things very clearly. And the world is going to start seeing things very clearly in 2020. You think that there's been disclosure up to now. Those that are asleep will be wakened by the disclosure that's coming in 2020, because there's no way around it or to avoid it. The Spirit of Truth is going to declare all things to us. And so it is right here. It's important we teach and understand what we're seeing in others is merely a reflection of what's within ourselves. That is. And that's exactly when I was touching on that. That's when we understand that we move from being the teacher. We go from being the student to being the guru, and then going from being the guru to just being, right? To being love, to being in the eternal now, and is sharing that vibrational frequency of all, it's just all things that are that all things spring forth from, right? And when we do that, that will change. And I think that 2020, that's where the world is moving, is 5D, but many of us are even going to bust through that fifth dimensional realm and be able to traverse, just like Christ said, especially those of us who are doing the work right now and going through these changes. I think that many things will be unlocked, right? Jeremiah 33:3. That's one thing that I've really I'm gonna throw it up here real quick. Let me make sure. I might be off a little bit. I'm just going off of memory, but I think that I've got this scripture memorized. But I'm going to throw it up on the screen real quick because this is ringing true right now. And so let's go ahead and show this. Jeremiah 33:3. Call to me and I will hear you, and I will show you great and mighty things that you do not know. And so again, if you're not into scripture, that's cool. I was in the pastorate for a while, so I always bring things back to scripture because I got a lot of friends that are still very religious and in the Bible and in the scriptures. And I think scriptures tie all of these things together. All things are tied together, and the many various religious writings, they all correlate. And so it's no coincidence, right? 333, Jeremiah 333. And if you know anything about numerology and the significance of threes and 333 and the base root of 369 and all of those things, and that's huge. And that's the Creator showing us the synchronicities here. Call to me and I will hear you, and I will show you great and mighty things that you do not know. And so call to the Creator of all things who is in you. So go inward and call to the Creator of all things, and he's going to show you great and mighty things that you do not know. And family, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm not dead yet, and so I don't feel like I'm beating a dead horse. If you want to help by donating what you can, and sharing the campaign often, or please help. If you want to help my family, you can help by donating what you can, when you can, and by sharing the campaign often. If God is putting it on your heart to give more than once, if God is giving it on your heart to give more or less, then I would just encourage you to be obedient to God, because you will receive that 30, 60, or 100-fold back. And I'm not just, this isn't a prosperity gospel type thing. This is just the truth that you're going to see these blessings in a spiritual manner in your life when you're obedient to what God is calling you to give. And so if God is calling you to help my family, please help by donating what you can. I'll be honest with you, we had the donations. I've had over 1.2 thousand views on my Facebook off of one post regarding my campaign. And I don't want to discount those who have given, but in retrospect of the recognition and the shares and the eyeballs that have been on this situation, to only have raised $290 and 200 of that, and actually I've got to add one because Robert donated as well, and so thank you, Robert, very, very much. And so I got to add your donation to the GoFundMe as well. We're adding it there keep track. And so I love you guys, man, and I love you, and thank you very much for helping my family out, and sharing the campaign often would really help out a bunch, because the more people that see it, the more people that there might be that feel led to give, and that might feel led to give abundantly of their resources. If they have the resources to help my family in a great way, then you never know what can happen just by sharing the campaign. And again, prayers, healing vibes, energy, that's always welcome. That is the greatest resource that we have, is the energy that we've been given. And so, you know, all of that is so appreciated. And so, family, I love you. I would ask you that you would share the campaign, that you would encourage people to share. The donations that we got went to putting some food on the table and some gas in the truck, getting me some medicine, which is food, and some supplements, some food and supplements, to get my body working right and flushing these toxins out. And so I'm not above accepting gift cards to Whole Foods, gift cards to Sprouts. We do have some bills that are very, very far past due. And so since I've been sick for a little while, and so the cash donations are really huge. And if you can encourage somebody to give $10, $20, $5, $50, you know what, 10, 20, 30 people doing that would make a huge difference in our situation. I mean, huge. And so if we could just get a decent group and number of people sharing small donations, whatever they can, it would make a massive difference in my family situation. And so thank you for listening to that, family. Thank you for listening to the information about words and about the dollar. And thank you for being active in the chat and for joining live and exchanging this energy with me. I hope to continue to bring you some stuff, and I hope I start feeling better, so I'm more consistent with not only bringing you the issues that we talk about, but also with well, I can't control the connection all the time, and so the rescheduling or starting late is just something that's out of my control sometimes. And so I appreciate the patience with that as well. One of your PCs just turned crazy. Thanks for jumping in, Philip. It's good to see you, man. And thank you for jumping in. Love to you as well. I appreciate the words of whole healing, and I believe that I will be whole. I believe that I already am whole, and that it's just a matter of it's taking its time to manifest right now. And so yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. And again, just ask you to share not just this video, but the campaign. I'll put the information. I'm going to be putting the information in every video content, in the description of every video, until we get what we need. And so if you would jump in the description, comment on the videos, like the videos, share the videos, encourage people to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share out the information, the GoFundMe information. Man, my lighting is really messing with me today. Share out the GoFundMe information, share out the Facebook information. Again, we make jewelry, so I'm not even just looking for a handout. Support by buying the jewelry. In fact, I'll probably try and do some kind of an auction or a fundraiser with some of that jewelry on Facebook. And so look for me on Facebook, Joe Cisneros, or it's Facebook, Walk in Wisdom 888. I believe you can find my personal page there, and look for the Walk in Wisdom page on Facebook as well. And I'll be looking at extending into more platforms and jumping into what is it called? That gamer platform that everybody says is more secure for the chats. And I know John has been pushing me to jump on that, and so but I'm looking at expanding to Twitch and D Live and Periscope and a couple of other platforms. Looking at making some content for Instagram for Walk in Wisdom and all of that. And so, Jim, KJ, I love you guys. Thank you very much for joining. Just love all you guys very much, and just wish you guys wholeness and balance in your day and in what we look forward to as future. Um, that web of the eternal now that just shifts, wholeness and balance through it all, family. And together, I know that we can do this for my family. And so, thank you very, very much. And please just share the campaigns and encourage people to share whatever they can. If you're interested in helping out and being a team member for the GoFundMe campaign and actually having access to being able to thank donors and share the campaign, go into the campaign and track, help track. You know what? I'll throw it in the comment right now, okay? Since we're asking and since we're live and we're right here, let me jump over here and copy it and paste it, and I'll get it up in the chat, and then I'll get it in the comment section, and then I'll get the information on in the description as well. But right now we're looking for donations through any form. PayPal, we're taking donations through PayPal, through Square Cash, through Venmo, for immediate help, which is kind of what we need right now, immediate help. But also I've got the GoFundMe. Finally, I got it set up to withdraw daily. It says it can still take up to 5 to 7 days to get it into the account. But we've had a couple of donations directly through GoFundMe, and it's only taken a couple of days to get through there. And so if that's the way that you choose to donate, then anything is appreciated, really. And again, any amount, it's something that's been weighing on me, and I feel like that's really where I've been in the cave and just trying to stay steady and just be firm in my understanding that the Creator is working all of this out is the financial aspect. I get shaken and I feel this pressure, like I've got to just go get some, because with my skills and my background and my reputation, I can get work like that, construction work, but my body just can't do it. I can't. I've tried to push my body, and I know that that's one of the reasons why I've made this worse. And so, family, your donations are appreciated. And I'm jumping into the chat now on my phone so I can get that information posted for you guys here in the chat. And there's all the information there. Actually, I'm going to have to delete a lot of it. I'm just going to have to put the links up and take out all this text because it is way over the amount allowed, the amount of text allowed, by like a lot, because I had this whole post. So I'll just put in I'm just going to put in the GoFundMe for now in the chat. So I'm going to delete all this other info, but I'm going to put the GoFundMe page in the chat right now. And I'll put the GoFundMe info in the chat right now and remove this other text because it's just a lot. I have my Facebook link and a bunch of other things in there because this was the post on Facebook that I made. So I even have the links to the YouTube videos, my emails. And so I'll leave one email up there, and the Amazon wish list and the GoFundMe as well. There we go. And so the GoFundMe's there. Yes, I'll post it on the stream. I'll post it. It's posted now in the chat, and then I'll post it in the description, and I'll also post it in the comment section on this video. And so I'll be doing that for every video until we get what we need. And family, if you can, if you're interested, again, if you're interested in helping and being a team member, I would love to send you an invite. My email is there, walkingwisdom17@gmail.com, or even joe.cisneros. It's just my name, joe.cisneros@yahoo.com, CISNEROS. And you can send me an email, and I'll send you an invite to be a team member. The more team members that we have promoting this campaign and working on getting people to donate and sending out thank yous, and that's a great help as well, because that takes time from me as well to try and promote the campaign and try and raise these funds. It's taxing on me, family. And so if anybody's interested in helping with that, shoot me an email, and just know that all of your help, all of your energy, all of your healing prayers, all of your affirmations, and every cent that you've donated is all going to good use. It's all very healing, and it is felt, and it is appreciated, family. And so I love you guys. And I hope that this little nugget of wisdom today regarding words and the dollar was fruitful in your life and in your understanding in this direction that we're moving to a new heaven and a new earth here and now. And so I love you, family. Be steady and balanced in wholeness and in love, right? And in light of the Creator, and in light of who you are and the divine nature that you have. And so just stay steady in all of that. It is only fiat. Thank you for that, Flash Gordon. I've struggled with pride in that area of asking for help, and so to continue to hear things like that from you, Flash Gordon, and from other people. Flash is Philip Bernhardt. All right, so Philip Bernhardt. So Philip, I appreciate that very much, Philip, because those encouragements confirm the fact that the Creator is telling me to swallow my pride, to humble myself, and to lean on help from my brothers and sisters, and that together that this will happen. And so, family, enjoy your day. Hopefully I'll see you guys a little bit later. And if you don't catch the lives later or tomorrow, then be sure and catch a replay, share them out, and share out the campaign, family. I love y'all. Namaste.